Hey, this is Maxtan. This is Candid at the Movies, or Candid at TV Review Time, coming into you to give you a review of a TV show called Ponies, Persons of No Interest. This is now streaming on Peacock, all 8 episodes, starring Haley Lou Richardson, Emilia Clarke, Vic Morales, Art Domgill, Pedro Nivolis, Nicholas Padina, Andrew Richardson, and Adrian Lester. This show, basically what happens is the character of Haley Lou Richardson, Emilia Clarke, their husbands passed away, and we go on this adventure to discover what happened to them. And with this kind of TV series, what they do is they give you like a little mission, and that's what the episode is about. And then at the end, they kind of wrap you back in. And then as you go along the process, they add on and on, give you more discoveries, more clues to ultimately lead you to episode 8, which is the big discovery. This is ultimately how we end the series to hopefully lead us into a season number 2. So let's talk about the good things. So some of the good things that I enjoyed was the acting. I feel like everybody did an amazing job with their character. It was great to see each and every one of them on the screen. I felt like I could believe who they were trying to be. I had a great time seeing the character grow for all the characters. There's not just one person growing. It's not just 2 people growing. There are multiple people who have multiple character growths throughout the whole entire season. So I felt like they used their time wisely. The production design, from the lighting to the set design to the locations that they shot at, was magnificent. I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. The colors, it felt like you were in 1970. The colors were great. It just felt like I was in the 1970s. And not only was I in the 1970s, I was in 1970s Russia. I know they filmed it in Hungary, but it just felt so lived in. It felt so unique. I felt like they spent some time and effort on it, and I truly appreciate it. I felt like the leads, Miss Richardson and Miss Clarke, did a great job of not only acting separately, but acting as if they had been friends their whole entire life. It was cool just to see their relationship develop from when they first started to the end of the series, where they had to start having trust. And there were some betrayals. There are some things that happen when you have friends, but you get to see, I would almost say, love that they have for each other in a friendship manner continue to grow and blossom throughout the whole entire series. I really appreciate seeing Mr. Lester on the screen again. It's been a while since I've seen him. I've kind of watched him here and there. I think he did a great job of being, I would say, the father, but maybe the father figure, or the person who was kind of over it to kind of help move us along from point A to point B. He didn't really ex-machina, but he did kind of help move us to the next thing by always being there at the right time to hopefully save the day. Great work across the board for all the other characters, even what we consider a villain. He did such a magnificent job. Things I really didn't like, and there's very few things I didn't like. I did not like the character growth of Miss Clarke. I felt like her character felt a little forced, and it kind of felt like a heel turn. She was consistently going between being like a damsel in distress to a person who wanted to be there, to a person that kind of didn't know what they wanted to do, to being in control, to being out of control. And I know it's because she was trying to do a lot, maybe because they wrote her as an overachiever, and since they wrote her like that, I could really feel it. I didn't like the feeling I had, because there were moments that she played too well, and I almost felt like she was a spy and she was double crossing them. In actuality, she was just maybe really good at it and really wanted to do it. I couldn't really discover her character. I didn't really understand what the goal was for her. Miss Richardson, I loved her subtle and consistent growth throughout the whole entire series, as she was able to open up to her friend, which inherently was opening up to us. I felt her character grow, and I felt like she did a magnificent job. They wrote her character so well that I inherently fell in love with the character. And I didn't want to, but I think that was the whole part of it, was to make sure that we felt like we would fall in love. Now, I can't say the same thing about Miss Clarke. I just feel like her character was all over the place, and in turn made the TV series a little harder to watch. I enjoyed my time. I think I had an awesome job. 8 episodes, 45 minutes an episode. It's not bad. It took it a couple of episodes for it to get comfortable, for me to get comfortable. I don't know if it was one of those days where they kind of shot in a weird weird way. By episode 3, you really kind of felt comfortable. You kind of knew what the ideal was. Everything felt natural at that point, and then it kind of got better each and every episode. Episode 8 was a really, really good episode. Left a major cliffhanger, so just give you a warning, heads up. But I feel like progression-wise, best episode was the last episode, and I had a really good time with it. What would I give it? I'd give it a B-. If it wasn't for that fight for that character, and sometimes it telegraphed itself just a little bit, I would have been okay with it. There's some things I kind of figured out in episode 2. You just kind of had to ride through the rest of the way because you just trying to figure it. If you think really hard, you'll kind of understand where it's going. But overall, I think it'll be a great watch. I recommend that you watch it. Give yourself some time. We tried to watch it. We watched it over 3 nights. I would suggest watching it over 2, especially the last couple of episodes. You're going to want to bang them out at the same time just to keep your mind fresh to what you just saw, and so it'll be a little easier. There's some camera tricks they did in episode 7. We missed the other famous things where they kind of put the camera in cool places and you see point A to point B. But I had a really good time across the board. So I hope they have a second season, so hopefully they can answer some questions from the first one. Once again, this is Maxtan, Candid at the Movies, and I'm out.